So a very good morning. Thank you for tuning in. This video is going to be about how and why we clear our energy. So yesterday I got a question like, how do we clear our energy? And that is a very, very important question, a really good question. And really, if we are if we are teachers, if we are healers, if we whatever our work is that includes other people and their healing as well as our own healing process, this is really, really vital and so important. And if we're not doing this, then perhaps we should start. So in this video I'm going to talk about why do we clear the energy, how does our energy fields get unclear, when can we do this, how can we do it, which different methods are there, and then we can talk a little bit about protection. Okay, so why is it important that we clear our energy? Every day we go out in the world and we have an energetical field around us, right? We have our body, our physical body, and our body doesn't just end where our skin ends. We have an aura or an energetical body or an energetical field around us constantly. And that field is alive, if you will. It's morphing all the time and alive, and it absorbs and it also releases. So anytime that we are in our own essence, in our own bubble, like when we sleep alone, we are bathing in our own energy field, in our own essence. But as soon as we step out of the house and we start to mingle our energy fields, ourselves, with other people, with our lovers, with our family, with our friends, with the world out there, with a stranger or a new friend to be, if you will. That can affect our energy fields because they also have an energy field around us. So if you can imagine these two pens, they have these invisible energy fields around. And when we kind of mesh together, our energy fields can touch and they can absorb each other. They can absorb, their energy field can influence our energy field and vice versa. This is why it's really important to have a morning practice or leave the house as high energy as we can, because if we're in very high energy, once we walk with someone who perhaps is having a little bit of a hard or a sad day, our high energy field will affect their field because we touch, we brush their field and with positivity, and it may affect them in a positive manner. Now, if we are not feeling very strong today and they are feeling very, very, very negative, and their negativity outweighs our strength today, they could pass us, and their negative energy can affect ours because we're not strong and we're a little weak at that moment in time. Say we had a really sad day, we're going through a bunch of stuff and we're actually just at 20% today. Usually we're 100%. So then this negative energy can affect us, right? Does that make sense? So yeah. So this is how energies can affect us. And it's not just another person. It could be going into the supermarket, and maybe 10 people in the supermarket are really disliking their job today. There's a lot of negative energy accumulated in that supermarket, and we can pick that up. Or we could be going to a seminar with 1,000 people, and the 1,000 people were ecstatically happy, and that can affect us in a positive way. But what if 1,000 people came there to find guidance, and they all came with all of their baggage, if you will, all of their worries and their concerns and their anxiety? So now you're in a room with 1,000 people with 1,001 different worries. And if our energy field isn't very strong, we can pick that up. And 1,000 people, that's a lot of people. So we can easily pick up, especially if you're an empath, other people's energy into our energy field, right? So imagine if we're just we woke up and we went to see our family, our lover, we went to the supermarket, we taught a class, and then we went to a seminar, and we walked in the streets, in a busy shopping street and we came back home, we may have touched at least, 2,000 different energy fields while we were out there. And areas can also have certain energy fields, like a park can have a high energy field, or a jail could have a low energy field. If we go there, that can affect us as well. It doesn't mean that's the only reason it's affecting us. It's not just energy fields. We also have our stories, and we also have to take responsibility for what's going on inside. But it's important to know the difference when we are picking up on other people's energies and what is our own energy, what the difference is between those two. It's really important. So if we're picking up all these energies, we also need to release them somehow, because if we picked up all this negative energy all around us, at some point we're kind of full, and suddenly it's going to affect us, and then we're not feeling that great. And then these are times like when we're wondering, why am I not feeling that great? I was fine a second ago. What's going on? That's a good time to go within, meditate, ask your guides, ask yourself, ask your higher self, why am I feeling this way? Is this mine? Yes or no? You may get a yes. Oh, well, why is it mine? Oh, because I got grumpy because I took something personal today. Or you could get a no. This is not mine. Ask, where is it from? Maybe it came from energy you picked up along the way. Maybe you were helping somebody who is going through a rough day and you picked up on their energy. All of these things, right? So energies are affecting us all the time, everywhere we go. Everything we see emits energy. This pen is vibrating at a certain frequency and emits a standard energy. This board is emitting energy. I am emitting energy. Even my finger is emitting a different energy than my whole being. The water I drink, the air I breathe, the city I'm in, the land I'm touching, the people that I connect with, the tiles on my floor, everything is emitting a certain energy all the time, and we are constantly absorbing and releasing. That flow of energy is constantly happening no matter where we are, what we're doing. So it's important that we clear, or if you would like to say, we can reboot or our energy fields, so that all this energy that we've been absorbing we can let go of at the end of the day. It's just like you went to a job for, you worked for 10 hours and you've been working with people in hospitality perhaps, and you've been absorbing everybody's energy, and at the end of the day, you just want to kick back, have a drink, relax, and just, take a moment for yourself and that you're releasing all that energy of the day. You're just taking a moment for yourself. So that's more in the physical way. So now we want to look at the energetical way, how we can release and clear our energy fields. So we're not always constantly picking up everybody's energy field and adding it into our own bag. And now suddenly, we had a light little bag we've been working on, because we've been working on ourselves and clearing our canvas. And suddenly we have a huge Santa bag full of everybody else's energies we've, interacted with throughout the day, and we're carrying that on our back for no reason. Okay, so this is kind of why. How does our energy get unclear? I think I explained that then. And when? So when do we clear our energies? Again, everything that I'm sharing is my suggestion from my truth that I have received, and you'd have to find your truth and what works for you. Daily energy clearing, I find, is very necessary. In the mornings, during the morning practice, clearing our energy, and at night, right? Because in the morning, we want to clear, and better even say we want to strengthen our energy field, so that when we go out in the world, all those energies, they can't affect us. So it's kind of like already putting protection up, if you will. And clearing anything from the night, if anything happened during our dream time, etc. Then at night, we also want to clear our energy, because we've just been accumulating a lot of different energy all throughout the day, and now it's time to release of all of those attachments, those energies, those lessons, so that we can have a peaceful, restful dream time. Then, daily, after or in between activities. So if I am having family time and everything is good with the family, and now I'm going to see my best friend, and I know she needs a lot of help because she's going through a divorce. So after my family time, I clear my energy, and it can be just taking a few breaths in a moment. We'll talk a little bit later about how we can clear our energy, but we just let go because we've just been absorbing family time, and we absorb also their worries and their anxieties and issues, especially if you're very empathic. And we just clear our energy, and we clear our canvas so that we can be 100% ready for our friend who needs our help because she's in a divorce. So we clear and we put our intention what we're doing. Oh, we're gonna be in service helping our best friend. If we just had dinner or time with our family, and say we just had a family discussion that was really heated, and now I'm leaving the house really heated, and I'm like, oh yeah, okay, well, I'm worried about my family, why isn't my son doing this or my husband doing that, whatever it is. Now we're coming with all of that stuff to our friend with that energy, and our friend needed our help. They said, please help me, I'm going through a divorce. And now we land there and we're bringing this strong energy, and we're kind of huffing and puffing, and we're venting to her and all of this stuff. And now that energy that we caught on, we brought on our bag, and now we're giving it to our friend, which isn't really useful because she's going through a divorce. And now that isn't useful for either parties because you want the best for your friend, but apparently unconsciously that isn't happening. Does that make sense? So so what we want to do is we want to clear our energy field. Okay, we spend time with the family, and we can take a moment and observe, we had a beautiful time, I enjoyed it, now I'm clearing my canvas, just getting my body, mind, and soul ready for my friend who needs my help. And then if we had some issues come up, then we say, oh, I'm really angry, and allowing that anger to go, and knowing that, that anger is just, our story and nothing that our family did to us, and we're going to clear that now because it's not ours to hold on to, it's just a lesson that is passing through. And we get ready for our friend. Putting our intention that we're going to help her, and coming with our highest frequency, our best level of energy to our friends so that we can be of better service. So yeah, in between activities, we want to clear our energy. Oh, we've just been working 4 hours in the office. Now we have a lunch break to enjoy and rest. Take a moment. We've just been stressed and working in the office. Take a few moments, clear your energy, so that when you're sitting with your food, you can be there 100%, and you're not still like kind of stressed and annoyed and like eating it in that stressy way because you've accumulated, took on that energy, and you didn't discharge that energy, let go of that energy, right? And you brought it to your meal. Now your meal is kind of stressed, and if your meal's kind of stressed, your body's not absorbing it so much, then our digestion isn't so well. Now we're not feeling very digested, we're feeling stressed, and now we're gonna go see our mom, and our mom always knows how to, point out those prickly little points about us. And since I'm not feeling so well, and I'm stressed, and I didn't eat properly, and I have indigestion, anything she says is 100 times more sensitive to me, and now I'm fighting with my mom, etc., etc. You see the domino effect? And then you go home with all of those energies, the stress of work, indigestion, fast lunch, your mom picking on you, and then you come home to your lover, and then you just start shouting at him. So we want to clear these energies. It's really important to clear these energies. So in between activities, anything you do. So like throughout my day, before I leave to see other people, take a moment, clearing my energy. After doing shopping and going around town, come home, clear my energy for a second. Anytime we can even think about just clearing energy, you could just do it. Before making these videos, clearing my energy, etc. And it's a practice to remember. So sometimes you forget, and sometimes you remember, and you can do it more and more so. And it's okay. It doesn't have to be perfect. It's a journey. And then perhaps you'll see the times that you did clear your energy and you didn't, the difference. And you're like, oh, that may be beneficial for me because I really see a difference in my day, in the flow of the day. So yeah, taking that time can really change our lives. For body workers, or if you are a psychic reader, or whatever your particular work is, it's very important if we're working with other people, and especially when we're working with their energy fields specifically, you know, it's important to obviously clear our energies, which all of you hopefully already know. When we are working with other people, it's important that we are not bringing our personal energies to them, obviously, because they came for healing. They're there to heal themselves, and we're assisting them, so we can't bring our own baggage there. And obviously, if we're seeing different clients in between, we don't want to mix the client's energies with each other while we're going from one client to another. So that's really important. Also, when we've received negative energy, if someone at your work just started to shout at you and vent at you and just gave you a bunch of like dark, you know, energy, we may want to clear our energy. Or if we're just feeling off, we're just not feeling right, we're feeling really off, and we don't really know why, and we ask ourselves why, and we don't think it comes from us and our story. Maybe there's something else going on. Maybe we're picking up on the collective consciousness who's having a hard time. Maybe you're picking up on your lover on the other side of the world who's having a hard time. Maybe it's your children. Maybe it's people in the building that you live. And it really doesn't always matter where it's coming from. The important thing is it mine or is it from somewhere else? If it's mine, then I need to analyze and deal with it personally. If it's from somewhere else, let me let go of that energy. So anytime we're feeling off negative energy that we may have had an encounter, an experience, or we're just feeling it around us, right? When we're talking about energies, this can happen in the material world, you know. We can obviously see a reaction like, oh, this person shouted at me, now I don't feel well, I want to clear that energy. That's we can physically see it, you know, action, reaction. And sometimes there's just stuff in higher dimensions that we cannot even perceive that's going on. You know, something with the planets, astrology-wise, is going on, or downstairs in a different apartment, there's a lot of negative stuff happening there, and they're fighting, and you're tuning into that energy, and you're totally unaware of it, but it is affecting you. So there are many like invisible energies that are always happening that we are very much not aware of, and we may be aware of a few dimensions, but there is an infinite amount of dimensions happening all around us all the time. So it's not always important to know the story behind this negative energy. Just knowing, is it mine, yes or no? If it's not, let me clear it. Sometimes you may know, sometimes you don't know, and you don't have to know. Okay? Releasing something is off. Oh yeah, and if you are releasing something, you're wanting to let go of something, you're doing some self-healing, you woke up from a bad dream and you want to let go of that energy, or you know, your friend passed away and you still have great sorrow and you want to let go of that energy. So we can also clear our energy fields, and that can be something we can do in one time, or something we have to do a daily practice with the certain intention of what we're wanting to do. For example, we want to clear the sorrow of my friend passing. Well, maybe for 2 weeks we work on that on a daily basis, with that intention there, especially specifically for that energetical release. Right? Or we may just want to do global releases, like a global release of just letting go of sadness in general, letting go of father issues, whatever it may be. So we can always work on that, and that's also got to do, that connects again to how we can deprogram ourselves using our subconscious mind, or tapping into working together with our conscious, subconscious, and superconscious mind together. How to clear our energy. That's the most important part, how to clear our energy. So there are many ways. Do what works for you. We are all unique and we all have many different ways. And these are not all the ways, these are some ways I'm suggesting here. And it depends what works for you, what you personally believe in, your lineage, your bloodline, your other timelines. So it's a very personal thing. And I encourage you to experiment and play. If something you know, if you're interested in one of these things, then have a look, check it out, feel it out for yourself. Is it for you? Is it not? All of these things don't have to be for you. And just have respect that different things work for different people. So, for example, we can use crystals. If you are work with crystals a lot, selenite is a great crystal. It is gets rid of negative energy. This comes often in wands as well, or in smaller pieces that you could always have with you at any time. This is a crystal that's very high vibration, also connects us to our higher guides. You can actually tune in, so if you feel into the crystal, you can feel it's a very high vibrational, like a quartz, similar vibration to a quartz. And we can use this to clear our energies. This absorbs instantly negative energy. So we can do smudging. For example, there is sage or Palo Santo, or there is Native Americans, they use the grass. There's angelic root. There are many different forms of saging that we can use. Smudging. Including sage or different items. Every part of the world has their own sage, if you will. You know, down under they use eucalyptus. South America it's Palo Santo. Up in Northern California it's sage. So find what's local to you. It's best to use what already grows around here, around in your own place. But you can also buy other stuff. But I invite you to walk outside and talk to the plants and ask them if you have that possibility. If that suits you, we can do energy clearing through meditation, through breath. Breath is something we have all the time, anytime, any place. So we can use our breath to clear our energy. We can use through our breath with meditation, putting a meditation about clearing our energy in whichever way you want to do that. You could even make yourself a small little audio tape that you tell yourself to clear your energy. You walk yourself into a meditation and you can listen to that, like an audio that you can listen to 5 minutes in between activities, and just make that clear. Through intention. Intention is everything. We can create anything that our imagination can think of. Through our breath, clearing our aura. There are aura cleansing methods, chakra balancing, cleansing. We can ask our guides for help. Please help me clear this energy that I'm trying to get rid of. Work with them. The angelic realm are always there as well to help us out any moment in time. Cleansing we can do through water, so like shower, waterfall, etc. That's cleansing. Taking a bath is more being in our own essence, so that's not cleansing, but that's strengthening our energy and our essence. Washing our hands and face, we can do that between clients, letting go of any energies that we've been holding on to. We cleanse our hands. If we're wanting to feel into our essence, we're not feeling a little bit right. I just talked about bathing. A quick fix can just be a bowl of hot water. We can put our hands in there, or a bowl of hot water and put our feet in there and just feel your essence. It helps balance out your energies. It helps with grounding and just feeling into yourself. If you're feeling anxiety and stuff, that's a quick fix for a moment. And then you can always add your essential oils to that, etc. So these are some suggestions on how you can clear your energy. You can use multiple. Use a meditation with some crystal and smudging. Do what feels right for you. Maybe one day you feel to use one and another day you feel to use another. Maybe you have to use a lot of them. Something's going on. So connect to your own intuition, or ask your guides or your higher self to come in and play around with what feels right. And every day, every moment, you may need a different recipe because the situation is different, right? Yeah. For me, every morning I do multiple things that clears my energy, which is through meditation, breath work. I clear my power centers. I use smudging. I also have a yoga practice that balances all of my power centers, my estrogen, my testosterone, my energy levels, etc. So I use quite a few different things. And through prayer as well. You can use through prayer, through words, through song, through music. We can clear our energy. Listening to a certain song or playing certain instruments at certain frequencies, frequency healing. Oh, there's so many ways we can clear our energy. It's really kind of unlimitless, and it's all dependent also what works for you. We can use, there are devices out there that people have made that can help clear our energy. There are certain necklaces, jewelry out there that can help clear our energy, keep it clear. Yeah. And then, so play around with this, find your truth, and see how much you can bring that into your daily life all the time. And it is a practice. It really is a practice of doing it, being intentional with it, remembering it. You could put up notes, you know, to remind yourself, put an alarm to remind yourself, however works for you. Then there is protection. So we've been talking about clearing our energy, but if we can protect ourselves, then perhaps we don't need to clear so much energy at the end of the day. Oh, as well, another great crystal is quartz, right? To clear our energies. Or using it as a tool, we can actually program this crystal or certain crystals to do a certain task, and we can hold those crystals with us. We can also use, you know, Tesla coils, scalar energy, many different things. There's a lot of interesting stuff out there. So find what works for you. Protection. So, like I said, if we go out of the house and we make our energy field that's around us really, really strong and really bright and really high frequency, when we are engaging with lower frequency energies, they cannot penetrate our energy field because we're so strong and so high. When we are not that strong, it's easier for it to penetrate it into our energy field, and perhaps the first one doesn't penetrate that much, but after connecting to 2,000 different energy fields during the day, at the end of the day, we're worn out. So the best thing is to come with the strongest energy field, the strongest protection that we can out in our day. So we can do this again through meditation, all of these things that I mentioned up here. Putting a protective layer. Before I go out in the day, I put a protective intentional layer around me. You can ask your guides as well, or different beings, if you work with them in different dimensions, to bless you with certain protections throughout your day, throughout your daily life, or if you're going through a hard situation, or if you know, today there's a very important thing that's going to cost a lot of energy, you can ask for that protection for that time from them, from yourself, putting a protection layer around you. So intention. Ask your guides for help, crystals, you can do all of this. And there's also amazing devices out there. I want to share one with you. For example, this is an amazing device made by some people that I have met, and it actually works with a Tesla coil, scalar energy. It has a programming. It actually has the Schumann frequency, the frequency of the Earth, being emitted, and inside it has a EMF protecting program in here, protection for chakra balancing, and many different things. I've actually experimented a little bit with them, and we noticed that I put a small crystal in here instead of the hologram that they had, and I set that crystal, I programmed that crystal for what I need it for. So when I go out in the day, when I go out into the matrix, I put this on and it has a protective force field around me. The first time I touched this thing, I saw it on someone I had met, and I was quickly drawn to it. I was like, what is that? And as soon as I touch it, I can feel it working, this force field. It's a really amazing technology made with 5 different metals, and a whole bunch of more stuff went into this. You can check them out. They're called Chi-O organizers. Chi-O, I believe they have them on Amazon. They have also a necklace. This and an organizer. I've touched and played with all of them. This one is more protective. The necklace was straight away as I put it on, it was already healing me, like helping me with some of discomforts I had in my body. So yeah, there are instruments, tools out there that people are making right now, and there's a bunch of different people doing different stuff. It's amazing. You can also make your own. We will be making some next year as well, coming out with that. So use your tools, use your tools. For example, if you've seen my earlier videos, you may have seen my third eye enhancer protectors that I wear. I don't have them here with me right now, they're in a different room. But those I also have been creating to enhance. Some of them have lapis lazuli to enhance with more mystical practices. Some of them is for going out in the matrix, where it actually emits extra love and compassion and reflects a lot of the energies that are out there. So we can use our tools, everything that we have on us, everything that we wear, we can use them as protective tools, enhancing, energy enhancing tools. If we wear things that are of more high vibration, we are also bringing our energy up. For example, if I'm wearing a bunch of plastic bags that my body can breathe, there's toxicness in it, everything, that's of a very low vibration. If I'm wearing that, that's affecting my energy field, my vibrational field. So if I go out in the day, that's not very beneficial. But if I could find a fabric or a clothing that's very high vibrational, was, you know, woven by my grandma with love and intention, and maybe I wear a necklace that has a crystal with a high vibrational force field or energetical field, and I'm wearing all of these different things, and in my bag I have something, or my bag is not made out of, I don't know, a butchered rhino skin, you know, but it's made out of something well and fair trade and made by your neighbor down the road, and, you know, was made with love. So all of those things, they affect us. Everything has a vibration, is emitting a vibration and emitting an energy, and it affects our energy constantly. So maybe we want to choose what we have around us and make sure that everything is either enhancing us or protecting us, or at least at the same level of us. But if it's lowering our energy field, perhaps it is not serving you. If we enter a room and the room is black and there's like death metal, but like horrible, like you want to die, and all of these horrible negative words going, and there's like epileptic lights going, and there's a show with, you know, horrific photos, our energy field is going to go way down, and we're going to be weak, and it's going to affect us, right? Because everything is emitting vibration all the time. But if we come into a room that's white and has beautiful angelic music and has plants and good air, breathing air, and I don't know, beautiful angels with harps in the sky are playing something, you know, and there's 100 crystals in it. It's a very high vibrational atmosphere, and we're walking into that, so our energy is affected by that. Our energy field goes up. So everything we do, the moment that we wake up, what we sleep on, what we put into our bodies, what we eat, what we drink, what we talk about, what we watch, what we read, everything is energy, everything is emitting vibration, and everything is affecting us, and we are affecting everything at the same time. It's push and pull constantly. So the higher we make our or the more that we work on our own vibration, it affects others, and the more in high vibrational environment we are around or put around ourselves, it affects us, right? Just like if we're hanging out with a bunch of people who are doing like horrible criminal activity, that's around negative energy. And if we're hanging around people who you look up to and you want to aspire to be, that kind of helps us rise up to that energy field. So we have the choice every day, every moment, with everything that we do, we say, we see, we touch, how we want it to affect us. We have that choice. Perhaps we didn't know we had that choice because there was a lack of wisdom and knowledge. But once we get to know that, then we can start making choices that works well for us. That works well for us as a being, humanity, Mother Earth, universe, right? Yeah, I think that's all. I'm just going to tune in if there's one more thing about this. Did I miss anything? Know that you have the power every day. We are not powerless. We have the power and the chance to change our reality every moment, every second of every day. We can create heaven on earth or hell on earth every single day, every moment. You have that power. You have always had that power. And whoever said you didn't have that power is keeping you in a place. It's keeping you a place that is not empowering. So our intention here is to share information and share perhaps wisdoms that are coming through, that you can be your own helper, that you can help yourself, that you can empower yourself, because that's what we want. We help each other to support each other, but we help each other find our own truth, our own knowing, so that we can not be powerless, that we don't give our power away to higher forces, or we don't give our power away to the government, or our power away to the schooling system, but we truly have that power every day, our choice. And we have to remember and relearn and practice that we have this power inside, and it is a daily practice, it is a journey you go on with great rewards, so yes, I think that is all. Thank you so much for joining me in this video, and I hope the sound was good since I have a new microphone. Whoop whoop. Yes, thank you. Mwah. Many blessings. Take care. Lots of love. And I'm going to see how I can hang up. Bye.